thank you very much. That was so beautifully lovely of you. Right, in fact, you all applauded in time, which is no mean feat at this time of the evening. Now, I am Stanford Chidge. This is the lovely Sophie Rose. Say wave to the people, Sophie.
Hi, everyone.
There we go. You did that very well. We've got the lovely Jonathan. Jonathan Kidd with his savage haircut, but he's still beautiful, really.
Is it that savage?
It is a bit.
Okay.
It's not Robbie Savage.
We've got, no, it's definitely not Robbie Savage.
I don't like him.
It's not even Lily Savage.
It's more Lily than Robbie.
We have Charlie Skillen. Charlie looked at me like he thought that I couldn't remember his name. No, I did. I was just dramatic pause, love. Dramatic pause. Charlie Skillen, it's fantastic to see him on the show finally. And of course, my old mate, he's been here through thick and thicker. Something like that, isn't it? Was it thin and thinner? Thick and
my own slot once.
Dumb and dumber in our case.
Yeah.
Great to see Smart, as always. And, of course, we've got the benches. We've got my lovely mate, Beth, who is the head of the CIA, as we always say, on the benches. And we've got Harry, lovely. And we've got Joe and Lisa. Did I remember right? Good grief. It's only taken me an hour and a half. Brilliant to see you guys as well. Right, now, before we go on to the fannies for the Schalke match, which, looking down them here, are all very good. But before we do that, I just want to send a special message out on behalf of all of us here and on Chelsea FanCast and everybody who listens to it to the lovely, 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 lovely Kirsty Wilson, who is a very, very lovely, brave, darling girl. She's got a tough old battle with cancer at the moment, and she is as about a proper Chelsea as you can possibly be. I think she met John Terry the other week, didn't she?
Wow.
Yeah, anyway, she's a lovely girl. She's in hospital at the moment. And Kirsty, we're all thinking of you, my love. Keep fighting. Be like Diego Costa and kick that damn thing. Anyway,
Round of applause.
All the best for you. Yeah, round of applause for Kirsty. Quite right. Quite right, Sophie. Too right. Yeah, keep well, my love. We're thinking of you. Anyway, talking of man of the match, because we are now. That hurt, actually. I wish I hadn't done that. I whacked myself a bit too hard, as the actress said to the bishop. Anyway, man of the match. This is a toughie, and we were talking about this, when we were talking about our little match analysis thingy, because I thought William was fantastic, I thought Fabregas was fantastic, and I thought Matic was fantastic. And the beauty of doing the fannies, quite a few days after I nominated them, is I can't actually remember who I voted for, so I can actually lie.
I vote for everyone this week. Anyway.
You voted for all of them?
Yeah, I just think it was great.
Can I ask you a question? Out of the match, because you were the only one of us that was there, can you remember who played? Can you remember seeing any of those three play? Were they actually all playing?
I know that Drogba scored, because I remember when Drogba scored that everyone said, Drogba's got a goal. This is his 50th goal in Europe, so that was good.
Who passed it to Drogba? It's a little test for you, bit of a memory test. Didn't
he score in the second half?
He did.
And where did I tell you I was in the second half?
Probably asleep in your lap, having had 30 Jaeger bombs.
I had 2 coats over me, and I had fallen asleep in the stands. But no.
2 coats Soph, they called you.
Do you know what it was like? Everyone was so drunk that what it was like all I could hear every couple of minutes, 15, 20 minutes, was a goal go in, and everyone shout. So I was like, "Oh."
Okay, I'm going to tell you something that's going to make you feel so much better, and it's going to eat up our time, but it's worth it to make you feel better. And Martin, for one, will laugh his rude bits off when he hears it again because he knows the story. We the first time the Chelsea FanCast, the people who were on at the time, actually managed to go to a game and all sit together was for the Chelsea Aston Villa semi-final at Wembley. And we got on it at stupid o'clock in the morning. I mean, I have seldom been that drunk at a football match. We were absolutely battered, no question about it. But there was one person who was more battered than everybody.
Is it you?
No, actually. It was Chris. It was the celery terrorist, Chris Norman. And we were loving the fact we were all together, so we stood up and sang our hearts out for the whole of the game, apart from Chris, who kind of sat there.
Slumped in his chair.
He sat there like this. Apart from when we scored,
with his head in his hands like this.
He was sat there like this, absolutely drunk, like Father Jack. And then when we scored, he'd go, "Yeah!" and then he'd go back down there. It was the funniest thing. It was the funniest thing.
Yeah, that would be me, but just in a more sophisticated way. No, I do apologise for anyone who saw me. It didn't really look very late. Well, actually, I guess I seemed a bit like a girl.
All right, who are you going to vote for then?
Well, should we probably tell people what the nominations are first?
Yeah, William Fabregas and Match. Done that. What do you think I am, an amateur?
I don't think you did, actually.
No, you didn't do it.
No, I don't think you did.
No, you didn't do anything.
Don't all gang up on me.
It's not a question of ganging up, because you didn't.
I did. I said William played really well, Fabregas played really well, Matic played really well.
You didn't say
I did it subtly. Oh, shut up, Ross.
none of
You
us
can't
heard
grass
it.
me up as well.
Ross
Get
doesn't
on
even
with
tell
it.
you. Anyway.
William Matic Fabregas. Cheeky Ming.
I actually... Oi. Jesus. I'm just telling you what everyone else heard as well. I'll actually go for Willian just because I think he added something a little bit extra. And I did actually awaken for that,
Did you
that
really?
part that he was on.
He is the Duracell bunny, though, isn't he? I mean, he's just
Duracell
bunny. The adverts. Duracell
I'm
battery.
going to come up with some really good jokes for next week's show.
But I won't understand them because they'll be too young for me. But anyway, the Duracell bunny, right? Little bunny rabbit, put battery in bunny rabbit, and he goes running around.
Do you know that's actually what he's like?
And the new one has symbols, and he outplays all the gorillas.
And all the others
I just think he's got like just that skill. Like he's just like this.
Okay. So you're going to go again?
He's just everywhere.
Lovely. He's here, he's there. We're not allowed to swear. Willian. Who are you going for?
Fabregas. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
I think I actually did go for Willian at the end of the day. I remember who I voted for now, so I'm not going to lie. I cannot tell a lie. I voted for Willian. Fabregas? Willian.
I could quite easily vote for Matic every single game. And actually, this is no exception.
I'm going to go for Matic.
Yeah.
You're going for Willian. All right. Benches? We did that absolutely in sync then. That's good. We're getting good at this.
I got to go with Willian.
Willian?
Yeah.
Yeah?
There you go.
Yeah, you're very unanimous tonight as well. Okay, so what do the punters say?
Okay, so here we go. So Matic comes in third place with 26%. Fabregas comes in second with 33%, but the winner is Willian with 41%.
That's right.
Once again, I fail.
You fail. Once again,
Jonathan,
me and
you're
Mark
not very
win.
on point today.
What's really interesting about that, Soph, is that for the first time ever, they've not voted Matic as the winner of whatever award.
I did. I voted for Matic.
You did, but they didn't, oddly. Right, next one, Chant of the match. Now, this is good. This is as good as the Sunderland ones were poor. Poor, in fact. Poor, being in Sunderland. They're very funny, and I had a bit of funniness with this on Twitter at the time, thinking of... I actually put up in German, is there a fire drill? Is there a fire... I can't remember what it is in German now, but I did it on Google Translate, and it was very funny at the time. But what the Chelsea supporters did while they were there, noticing that, in fact, there was a mass exodus after, I think, the third goal, let alone the fourth or fifth, from those ever so loyal...
Oh my God, that was hilarious, actually. I know what you're going to say. It was an hilarious chant.
Don't do as he does. Do as I say. I think is what you're gonna tell me now, or what? Having interrupted me, you gonna tell me or what?
The Alvida saying.
Yeah. Do you want to tell it? You were there.
Well, I was there.
You were there.
They didn't start singing it until about, I'd say, maybe 25 minutes left to go, 30 minutes left to go, which is actually quite early to start singing it. Yeah.
It's worse than Tottenham.
But they were leaving though, weren't they? Yeah.
I think after the fourth goal went
Ausganging.
in, that was about it, and then the fifth goal, everyone got up.
Yeah. They leave at half time.
Yeah, they do.
No, it's pretty.
So they can
funny
avoid the
song.
rush. It's true. I used to work round the corner, and if you got the tube at kind of half time-ish, it was mobbed because they're all leaving. Terrible, terrible supporters. Don't know why they bother. Sorry.
No, in their defence, and obviously I would never walk out on a match, as I'm sure none of you lot would.
No, never.
It wasn't just that the fact they lost 5-0, because I thought even when Maribor lost 6-0, they weren't particularly. Some of their football was actually all right, but Schalke the whole game were just pretty poor. They were horrendous, to be honest. So yeah, I started singing that for half an hour on.
Half an hour of Alf. How did it go?
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen. Auf Wiedersehen. Couldn't really have been anything else.
No, it was good.
All right, so I really liked that. What I really, really liked was the fact that there were lots of massive Juan Di Matteo. There's only one Di Matteo, which is really lovely because the first time we've kind of seen Robbie since he got the tin tack. But I think I voted for this. Now, it's a double one, really. It's Johnny Neal's Blue Army, Johnny Neal's Blue Army. But apparently Martin Wickham was telling me that it was even louder for We're the Boys in Blue in Division 2. We won't be here for long. And that's a joint vote, really. I voted for that because John Neal had died.
Because those are of an age.
That was the first game since John had died that they got the chance to kind of acknowledge that. So, Johnny, what are you going for?
That one. But
Johnny Neal's Blue
Not
Army.
the With the Boys in Blue, because it's an old one. But the Johnny Neal one is, I haven't heard that for years, and rightly so.
They gave it a good airing, apparently.
Good memorial for him.
That is a great selection.
Isn't it just?
I heard Auf Wiedersehen very loudly, and it was very funny. The good thing about that is if you stayed in Dusseldorf, where I stayed last year, or went to Schalke, they actually filmed loads of Auf Wiedersehen pet around there, so it's quite topical as well.
Very, very.
Anyway,
cool.
Di Matteo was great, but I think anything to do with John Neal should win.
Totally. Good man.
It is tough to choose. It's even tough to choose between
really good selection. Like I said, as the Sunderland stuff was poor.
It's quality, all that.
That was
you
good,
say chuff to twos.
I said chuff to choose.
Chuff to
I meant
choose.
to say tough to choose, but you know.
He'll put his teeth back in.
Variety is the spice of life.
Check his pacemaker, will you, Charlie?
So yes,
variety is the vice of life.
Well, I mean, obviously they sang the Johnny Neal one because we sang it on the podcast last week. So
yeah,
so
I like we doing that.
we did, yeah.
You're going to go for Johnny Neal?
Yes.
You're going for Auf Wiedersehen?
No, do you know, I actually can't decide. I think Auf Wiedersehen, that is probably one of my favourite songs ever been sung in a way because it was hilarious. I would have gone, obviously, John Neal's.
You're going to go for that?
Well, I don't know. I would have gone for One Di Matteo.
If you don't go for that, we're not going to ever like you again.
No, I would have gone for One Di Matteo because he did salute the fans. He heard us in the 16th minute. However,
you can vote for that as a celery.
Do you know? I'm going to have to go for all three. I don't have a vote on this one.
You can't abstain.
No, I can't.
Not allowed. Not allowed. Pablo used to do that.
You could fall asleep.
You
just
cannot
suddenly.
sit on a wall.
Okay, I'll go for John Neal then. But
Good
One
girl.
Di Matteo follows with Auf Wiedersehen.
All right, now benches very quickly.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen.
And it's because it was originally cheerio, and then we started
but that
Auf
is a scan in
Wiedersehen.
that song.
They were all waving back at us. They were filming us. It was great. I
Good
loved
stuff. All right, well, what are the results, Soph?
Okay, so reverse order. Auf Wiedersehen gets 25%. One Di Matteo gets 31%. But the winners,
Again,
the winner,
My
Again.
first
John
one. My
Neal's-
first one tonight.
Blue and White Army,
Good from you lot.
44%.
I'm on a roll. I think pretty much got all of them this week, haven't I? This is unusual for me.
Can I just say that Auf Wiedersehen also translates as adios, which has also been
Adios. Only but when we're in Spain, though.
Indeed. Well,
Auf
funny
Wiedersehen.
enough,
Au revoir,
would be
au
foolish.
revoir, au revoir.
Indeed, would be foolish to do any of those in the inappropriate countries.
What are we going to do if we're in like
but,
China one day?
Yeah,
actually
whatever
means-
that would be.
Xing Tang Tong Tai.
No,
It
excuse
actually
me, you're
means-
not allowed to do that.
What?
No,
That is cheerio
it really
in
is,
Chinese.
is it? Really
But I'm
is.
pretty sure.
Cantonese, mate.
Thank you for you.
But in Chinese,
Thought
some
just
of
making
their
it up.
in Chinese, some of their words.
Oh yeah,
are
no,
the same.
I'm not doing a Dave Whelan or anything.
It's exactly what I meant. Exactly.
Free the Dave Whelan one. What a
Right.
plonker
It
that
actually
is.
means until I
Yes,
see
it-
you again. Auf Wiedersehen.
Yes, indeed, indeed. Well,
Can we move on because we're running out of time? Right,
get
so
to the
Guinness
Guinness
moment.
moment.
Guinness
I
moment.
know.
Right, you have from now on. Right, I'm bored of telling them to shut up. You tell them to shut up. They might listen to you. Right, Guinness moments is okay. The build up to Willian's goal, which was just
Genius, I agree.
Numerous
blooming
passes.
outrageous. It was,
Genius.
you know, Fabregas to Hazard to William, who back flicked it back to Hazard.
And they switched the play a couple of times.
I you know, everything went. That's what I'm saying. In fact, actually, somebody said, Graham, Chelsea Codger, he said, pass me the tissues, and I tweeted back, too late. He liked that.
So only your laundry knew how much you really enjoyed it.
Exactly. So there we go. The build up to Williams' goal. Ivanovic's shot, which 6 inches away from being the goal of the decade.
Yeah.
I mean, if that had gone in the goal, it would have gone through the net, and it would have been last seen in Belgium.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just oh man.
It was good.
It was the howitzer kick.
Howitzer. Yeah, Big Bertha, wasn't it? Right, bit of historical knowledge.
Clever. I was about
Yeah,
to say how
thank you.
clever that was, Chidge, but you were about to...
Somebody would have said it was a Krups joke, but it wasn't.
Yeah, or even Hugo Boss joke.
That's
that
a bit.
wouldn't
That's
fit.
a bit too clever.
He was clever.
It was made by Krups.
Yeah, no, I know.
Anyway, and the last
Didn't
bit,
have to explain.
the last bit I do to you, I always feel the need that I have to.
didn't
Probably,
have to.
I'm really just explaining to myself.
You are,
I
because you
know.
don't need, because I know.
I know you do, love. I know. The last, but by no means least, was Drogba. We mentioned it a minute ago. Drogba's fantastic cross to Ramirez for the final goal. He put it on a plate for him. And bearing that in mind that Ramirez is about 2'3", that was no mean feat to just lob the ball up and time it so he jumped and walloped it in. And I thought that was a nice touch, I do. So those are the 3 Guinness moments we're going to go for.
The Willian goal.
The Willian goal,
Build up.
yeah, I think it's got to be. I voted for that
The
too.
greenest moment for me is the William goal. Just absolutely.
It was just out. I
fantastic.
mean, but again, 3 stunners to go for
that
this
was
week.
Oh,
It was. Was it Japanese or something?
no, no Japanese.
You're
in
not
that at
doing
all.
it. You're
No,
not
we
getting.
can't do that.
You're
It's
not
a
getting on Dave Whelan
It's
on
not
us.
a Dave Whelan moment. No.
It's not the Everton podcast. Or
How
whatever it is.
about then?
The Wigan podcast.
Is that even worse?
That just looks a bit wrong.
Okay.
So you're going for Willian.
Yeah.
Willian's goal was incredible, but to be contrary, I'm going to go for Drogba's cross and Willian's header.
That's perfectly fine.
Yeah,
It was great. It was great.
I enjoyed it more than Drogba's goal because
Ramirez
we
header.
know. Yeah, sorry.
Easy mistake to make.
Yeah.
Not.
Don't say it.
We know.
But one's got lots of
Don't
hair
say
and the
it.
other one hasn't. That was my point.
Yeah. We know.
And one's Drogba.
And one's Drogba, exactly.
We know Drogba can, get on the end of something or score, but it's the first time I can remember this season where he set one up and done a really sort of good bit of skill, and it was a great cross, and it was really good to see him contribute like that.
Drogba's cross for you.
Williams' goal, especially the build-up to it.
Yeah, the build-up to Williams' goal. Benches very quickly.
Build up to Williams' goal.
Build up to Williams' goal. What have the punters said?
Here we go. So Drogba's cross gets 6%.
Oh.
Brannan's shot gets 24%, but the winner is the lead up to Williams' goal.
70%. Well, yeah, fair enough.
Suddenly
enough.
from being very
Fair
damp, I'm now
Fair
on fire.
enough.
I've got that
You're
one
on
as
fire.
well.
And I win again.
enough.
I win again. There's a
I
song
went,
about that.
oh, so many times.
Okay, right, now, last but by no means least, we've got the Celery moment for the Schalke game, which actually, had I known, would have been the lovely Sophie Rose downing 30 Jaeger bombs and falling asleep in the second half.
15 Jaeger bombs.
30. You told me 30.
You said
Yes,
10
I know.
earlier. It's
Yeah,
gone
but they were
up.
doubles.
See,
Covered
what you
by
don't-
coats.
that is proper Chelsea behaviour.
Covered
particularly
by
on a away
coats.
trip.
Now,
I
do you
think
know,
it's
we
good.
went into this lovely, I'll say this quickly, we went into this lovely, they had all these little German bars, they're like wooden things, they're all decorated with Christmas lights and everything, and you can just go in these little doors and sit round the bar and have loads of sausages, all that malarkey. And we ended up we were meant to go back with all the mental fans, and we ended up just staying there with a couple of people, got a lot of people, but everyone just got so drunk there. But even Bernie was loving it.
Bernie the Bolt.
Yeah,
See,
it's
what you
great.
don't know, me and Mark, when we went to the Cup semi-final against Fulham at
Villa Park.
Perry Ball, we were so drunk, we were
Do the
drinking
same?
Guinnesses, and then we were drinking aftershocks, and we had
Oh,
one of
no.
each, and then
Well,
we
no, we
started
worked
to
it
mix
out.
them together.
Oh, well,
And
you know.
basically, hang on,
Yeah.
let me finish. Afterwards, he said, when we meet here, and we all got we couldn't find each other quickly because we got to move on. We got a minute.
No, the
to
thing
get
we
through
figured
this.
out was if you mix the blue aftershock with the red aftershock,
get purple ones.
you get purple. It looks like meth.
Right, very, very quickly. Celery moments are Juan Di Matteo on 16 minutes. 16 minutes, of course, and Robbie's reaction to it. Thought that was lovely. This is hilarious. Chelsea FC's official Twitter account. There's a picture of this. But they trolled Arsenal. It was hilarious. Here we go. I don't know if you can read it on the screen, but it says, the Blues going for goal number 4 here, aware that a 3-0 lead can be a dangerous one in the Champions League. That is quality. Yeah, applause, absolutely. And finally, you either saw this or you didn't, but there was a moment where Costa hunted the ball down in the box, didn't quite get it, lost the ball, won it back again, and just
I've seen
absolutely wellied the ball at the nearest defender, almost in rage, and got a corner from it. And I've got to say, I laughed at that, but nobody will vote for that because it was a bit personal. So what are we going for, Martin?
I hadn't seen that tweet
That's
from the
cool,
club.
isn't
I
it?
think that's absolutely
Hilarious.
brilliant. And it's nice to know that somebody there has got a sense of humour after
yeah.
all. So I'll vote for
You're
that.
going to go for that?
I think we haven't spoken a great deal about Di Matteo,
No.
so I'm going
Yeah.
to go for that.
I agree with that.
100%.
I voted for Robbie.
It was
Jonathan?
a really good moment.
Was the Di Matteo bit one of them? I missed
Yeah,
that.
yeah. Basically, we sang Juan Di Matteo on 16 minutes.
No, I
like
know
we
that.
used
I
to.
know that. I
And
tweeted about
he
it. I
acknowledged it.
tweeted about it and got lots of people favourited it.
You going to go for that?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it was
good.
great.
So
It was-
3 Robbies,
I'm going to go for Robbie as
4
well.
Robbies.
Yeah.
Martin's going for Chelsea FC's Twitter account trolling Arsenal, which
But
I
I
think
love
No,
that
just
as
as
well.
I
I
hadn't
love
seen
that.
that before.
any other day.
But
that
even
would walk it.
weirdly enough, the commentators tried to make out that 3-0 was a difficult score.
Yeah, I know. Benches, very quickly, what are you going for?
Robbie.
Robbie?
Yeah, there we go.
Good on you. Right, I
All
bet
right,
the punters
so-
have too.
In reverse order.
In
as
reverse
usual.
order.
Costa whacking the ball off gets 4%. Chelsea Twitter trolling gets 35%. But of course, Juan Di Matteo's reaction gets 61%. So kill it.
That was a celery moment in
It
itself.
was in
wasn't
itself.
That was
That'll be for
fantastic.
next week's show.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well done. So Robbie won, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Good stuff.
And
All
I
right.
got 3 right in that. Suddenly
Well,
from
well
none.
done.
From,
I
from
pretty
0
much,
to
I
hero.
reckon I'm 90% tonight, which is like...
No, you've been fantastic
I
tonight.
know, it's
Oh, you
still
got
fine.
1 wrong,
On
I
the
think.
form.
Yeah. So we don't need a Chijocracy anymore because I get them right anyway. Think
In
about
fact,
it.
why don't you do the show on your own?
I
It'd be
might
great.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay, should we vote for that next week?
Yeah.
Should Chidge do the show on his own?
Yeah.
No, I think would be the answer to that. Right, okay, after the break, we'll be back with a little bit of Chelsea stats from Chelsea Chatter and Sophie's Choice. I'll tell you what that is all about in a minute.
She certainly
I'm so
is.
excited, I'm dropping my clipboard. We'll see you in
See
a
you in
minute.
a sec. Bye-bye.